Now, you're wondering what the connection between trauma is with romantic relationships. I'll tell you. There's a saying that our brains are wired for connection, right? Um, that's just how God created us. I feel like that's why there was an Eve after there was an Adam, right? And whatever religion you believe in, but I believe in Christianity, and how Adam and God created Eve because he didn't want Adam to be alone. So that then immediately means that there's a need for connection in any kind of relationship. Now, if we're now looking at a relationship between a mother and a child, the child is connected to their mother for 9 months, some even maybe more than 9 months. And then the child comes out into this world. So there's already a connection before they can come out. There also has to be a connection between the man and woman for the child to even be conceived in the first place. So whether we like it or not, there's connection in everything that we do. When you're doing business, with somebody. You've got to do something with people. Unfortunately, we can't talk to animals, and animals cannot talk to us. So whether we like it or not, need relationships. Now, the biggest relationship that can make or break any human being is your emotional romantic relationships, and predominantly the person you marry. That person can finish you, or that person can blow you up in such a way that you won't even know that you had the capacity to become this good or this big, because they create an enabling environment for you, or because of their insecurities, they take everything away from you and you are empty and you are nothing. Now, you imagine you're with the second person and you have to go to work because you've got to pay some bills. You now have children in the mix. Imagine how much of a shadow you can be as a human being, whilst on the other hand, you can be flourishing just because you chose the right partner. Now, why do people behave the way they behave a lot of times is based on the traumas that they've also faced as children. Now, yes, our brains are inherently wired for connection, but the trauma can occur, and it can either be emotional or psychological or physical. And our brain's response to it can shift from seeking connection to prioritizing protection. And that's what happens. When something happens, a traumatic experience happens in your life, it activates your body's stress response system. It triggers a heightened sense of fear, hypervigilance, and mistrust. And what do you think that result is going to be? It's not going to be great, right? So in an effort to safeguard ourselves from that thing not happening again, we become very guarded, we become very defensive, even avoidant in our relationships, inhibiting the ability to connect authentically with others again. That's what can happen with trauma. So we've got to look at it from that point that, okay, sit down and ask yourself, am I avoidant in relationships? When people want to confront me or I need to say something, do I run away from the person? Am I afraid of speaking my truth? Am I afraid of asking for my needs? Am I afraid of fighting? I just don't want us to fight so that he doesn't leave me. Or am I always anxious? Am I needy? Do I always want the person to touch base with me every 2 seconds? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Am I always wanting them to be in my space? Even if I don't even want them to be in my space, I just want that control. Where do you find yourself? Or are you the person that you're good? If they go, you're happy with them going because you're okay in your space. If they come back, you're happy with them coming back because you're happy to see them and they're in your space because you know that you're healthy and you're secure. Which one? Where do you fall into? Because trauma honestly can take us into these spaces and really mess us up. Trauma will make us block our feelings. You know you like this person, but you just don't want to be hurt again. And so the opportunity of you having such a great friendship or relationship or love relationship, you say no to because, I don't want to be heartbroken or hurt anymore. Those responses can stop us from having the best friendships ever with people. I used to be avoidant. No, I used to actually be both. I used to be avoidant and anxious at the same time. So when I'm anxious with you and I'm needy, and you don't fulfill that part of my neediness, I then become avoidant. I avoid you and just say whatever, do whatever you want to do, and I completely ignore you until I had to sit down and, once again, you know me, I went through therapy, still going through therapy for different reasons at different seasons, right? I feel it's a part of life. Until I was able to understand it, that's when I now said, okay, so I've been doing this because of this. Okay, how can I do this but from a wholesome place? I've been doing this because of this. How can I also do this from a wholesome place? And I started to work on it until I became more secure. So am I 100% secure? No, but I'm at least 70% secure. I'm less avoidant and less anxious because now I understand that I'm okay. Regardless of whether people come and go, I'm okay. And if you go, then it's time for you to go. So I'm just as excited to my hellos as I'm excited to my goodbyes, because I believe that people will come and go in and out of my life for whatever reason, right? Some will be for great reasons, some will be because it's time. Some people are in your life just to be full stop. But you want them to be a full chapter. I don't want them to be a full chapter. If you're a full stop in my life, then come do your full stop. Make a big, huge mark in my life. And then please be on your way. And if we're going to meet up again in future because we're meant to, then we will. And if we're never meant to see again in future, then we won't. I've had people who have blessed me so much. And it was for a short period of time. And one day they just said, okay, I'm done. Right? Maybe because they now started asking for something that I wasn't ready to give. But the fact that because of that, they stopped, then I believe that that's where their touch in my life ended. And I'm okay with it. Maybe we'll meet again in future. Maybe we won't. That's fine. So you want to ask yourself and really, really look at it. How do I react when I'm in a relationship, especially a romantic relationship? I, for one, have become somebody that I can tell you I love you by the second day. And not because I love you romantically, but because I'm a love being. I love people. And I can tell you I love you on the first day. And people panic, after a while. But I say to them, it's just who I am. And it's not that I love you because I want us to go into bed. No, I love you as a human being because I see me in you. I see me in everybody. I see me in everything. We're all one. There's that circle that we all dance inside, right? And I see the beauty in people. So I'm very okay and open to secure relationships now. Unless I know that you cannot handle me, then I might not bring me 100% to a relationship just so that I don't, in quote, hurt you. Otherwise, if I know that you can handle the kind of person that I am, I come correct and 100% all the time. And because I'm a great friend, I have great friends too. And I have fantastic relationships as well. So try it out. Ask yourself questions and then trace it back to the root and then heal the root so that the tree will be like a tree planted by rivers of living waters that bears fruit in every season. Love and light. Thank you very much for watching and taking out time to listen to the videos that I have dropped this week and this season. I really do hope that we can help you. If you need extra support, please click the links below. You'll see all the links that can connect you to me, okay? Let me be that hand that holds you, just like other people held my hand to become the woman that I am today. Subscribe, click the notification bell below, and share me with other people. Love and light.